Hello, beautifuls. This episode is coming at you. This is such a good one for a kind of a low day. If you're not feeling like yourself, if you're not feeling uppity, this is a great kind of cheer you up type of a thing. These are some of my go-to thoughts that I think and that I practice when I am getting myself out of a funk and I'm reversing my energy. So I hope you enjoy them. Before we dive in, I want you to know I have a new bonus. I am so pumped about this. If you have heard of the sleep fairy or the sleep fairy way, it's a way of sleep training your baby, getting your baby to sleep 12 hours by 12 weeks of age. It's totally possible, doable. It's my friend Jessalyn Romney. She truly believes that every single baby can learn how to sleep and every parent can learn how to teach their baby to sleep. There are no bad sleepers. And she is collaborating with me. The next 5 women that join Postpartum Freedom get her newborn sleep training bundle. What this includes is 2 things. It includes 1, the 4-week sleep foundations guide. So the first 4 weeks of your baby's life, it's a sleep foundations guide. But don't worry, if your baby's already past 4 weeks, you can use that for future babies or give it to a friend or something. And the next thing this bonus comes with is an ebook. This is the Sleep Fairy Way signature ebook. Her method is safe, gentle, effective, and it has exploded. I've watched her business just shoot out of the rocket of motherhood life, and she's so down to earth. So this ebook is basically sleep training it's an instruction manual for sleep training your baby from age 1 month to 12 months. So basically newborn to 12 months, the first year, everything you need to know, educating you on sleep training. It's super organized. She has references at the bottom for studies, and I am so impressed by it. And this normally costs about $70, these 2 together, but if you join my program, you get them for free. And so it's a beautiful collaboration between women in business. It's a bonus for my people. So if you've been sitting on the fence, there's only 5 of these. If sleep is an issue and part of why your mental health is not super stable right now, part of what your concern or one of your number 1 problems is sleep issues, if you want to get a solid night's sleep and see what that can do for your mental health, you can also just join Postpartum Freedom. Go to LizzieLangston.com/program. You can sign up for monthly payments or pay in full. The price goes up Valentine's Day, friends. The price goes up on after Valentine's Day. So that at the end of the day, Valentine's Day, by February 15th, we're going to be into full price mode. This is your last chance these next few days, this weekend, to get pre-sale pricing. So, and this bonus will go to the first 5 women who join. So again, you join the program by going to LizzieLangston.com/program. The link is always in the show notes. And I can't wait for you guys to have both the sleep help and the mental health help, because let's be honest, sleep and mental health go hand in hand. So I'm so excited about the next 5 women that join. I can't even wait, and can't wait to meet you and get to know you better once you're in. All right, let's dive into this warm and fuzzy. Here we go. Welcome to the Postpartum Coach podcast, where we embrace our needs as moms. We learn to lead ourselves first, then our families, and where we create our own healing from the inside out to find our way to the work we were meant to do in this world. I'm your host, a fellow mom of 3 and a certified life coach, Lizzie Langston. Hello. I have been so busy behind the scenes marketing and putting the word out about my Postpartum Freedom program. If you don't know, first of all, let me introduce myself, because I know we have new people on here regularly. Oh my gosh, I just recorded so much and didn't press record. So I'm repeating, and this is so awesome. I'm laughing out loud. I'm LOLing. It's just me and my computer and my microphone, and my hand apparently did not press record. So I'm going to go over what I was just saying again, and I'm all right. Here we go. Don't you love it? Don't you love the whole technology thing? It's fascinating. So hi, if you don't know me, my name's Lizzie. I just like to introduce myself because we got new people on here sometimes. I'm a mom of 3 kids. I had 3 babies in 4 years, and I run a 12-week program for postpartum women. called Postpartum Freedom. It's incredible. It's about 4 years now worth of coaching women and studying mental health and seeing what's not working out there in the world and seeing what is, and then learning about a woman's nervous system postpartum and exactly what she's experiencing and why her mental health is getting jammed, why her emotions are all over the place, why she's having meltdowns and breakdowns. I basically understand all that really well, and I have like a very, very postpartum specific tailored process. So there's a lot of people out there who are helping with mental health in a more general way. This program targets specifically the following symptoms: postpartum anxiety, postpartum depressiveness, really, really worried or anxious thoughts, a lot of what if, worst case scenario type thinking. If you have health related anxiety where you're kind of constantly or very regularly worried about your baby's health or your health, you're Googling things, you're going down the rabbit hole. If that's sucking your energy and the life out of you and you're just living in this fear, if you are watching way too much of really scary news and things, don't worry, I've got you. I can help you. If your relationship with your partner has changed drastically since becoming a mom or since having this most recent child of yours and it's not feeling good, if you have painful sex or sex and intimacy is just really non-existent or you just can't find your groove again after having baby, I've got you. Trauma lives in our bodies and it manifests in so many different ways, mental health symptoms. And while I'm totally open to the medical side of things, like maybe mineral imbalances, hormonal things, and I have people in my network that I can refer you to if those do kind of, if I'm suspecting those, although I'm not a doctor, I don't ever want to replace your doctor. A lot of the time, I would say 80 to 95% of the time, in my experience, the most pressing matters are the way that you manage your emotions or the lack of managing your emotions and the way that we're managing our thinking. And a lot of that changes drastically. I keep using that word, but it can be a very drastic or a very gradual, yet still drastic, but very gradual, almost imperceivable change when we have a baby. And so we can end up feeling not like ourselves, not normal. And I've got you. I've got a way to help you. So let me tell you briefly about the program. And then also I want to announce a new bonus that I haven't told you about. And well, okay, I just told you about it in the little intro, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what that includes. And then working with me privately is still an option. I have 2 ways for you to do that. So one of them includes the group program and one of them is just private. So let's dive in. First, let's talk about this bonus, you guys, with Jessalyn Romney. She is the Sleep Fairy. So her Instagram is at _sleep fairy. And it could be _sleep fairy way. I'm not sure which one it is, but her name's Jessalyn. We went to high school together and we both ended up like having a bunch of kids and going through our own issues. And then actually she doesn't seem like she really, okay, no, she does talk about how she had really rough postpartum patches, but she just like figured out sleep training so well. And after probably like 8 years of other moms, because she's got like 4 kids now. And so after 8 years of other moms asking her, oh my gosh, how are your kids such good sleepers? Your life seems so peaceful. Like it's just like a non-issue for you. How do you do it? She created the Sleep Fairy method, the Sleep Fairy way. And so this bundle that she's giving is normally about $70. And she's giving it to us, the next 5 of you that join my program, for free as a bonus, just to support me in my business. And also we both just believe that mental health and sleep postpartum just really hold hands. They go hand in hand. They're like brothers, they're cousins, they're sisters. So this bundle includes 2 things. You get the Sleep Fairy way like method it's in her ebook for 1 to 12 months for your baby. And then you also get the 4 weeks, like your first 4 weeks of your baby's life sleep foundations package. Sorry, my youngest is homesick today and he's just like on the iPad in the other room making awesome noises. So if you hear him, he's a party. He's a riot. He's pretty fun. Okay, so that's the bonus. And the next 5 women that join my program, Postpartum Freedom, get that bonus. All right. Let me tell you about how to work with me privately if that's something you care about. A lot of women just feel like they're not opposed to a group, but they feel like they just sense that they need like a little bit more hand-holding or private space or privacy or whatever. So I have 2 ways that you can work with me privately right now. The first one is, of course, just private coaching, not the group. And I actually closed down this offer for a while as I was working on creating the group. But now that the group's been going and it's selling and whatever, I'm feeling like I can fit in just 2 people. So I have 2 3-month packages with me. It's a 3-month coaching package. That means every week for 45 minutes, we're meeting together. And then you have light Voxer support, which is just remote. Like if you want to reach me in between sessions, I will be available to you in between sessions. So that's $5,000. You can make payments. And if you're interested in that and you're considering it, you can book a consult with me. I will put the link to the private coaching 45-minute consult in the show notes. Because it's a longer commitment, I like to do a longer consult and just talk really thoroughly about it. It's a higher investment point. So you can go to the show notes. There's just 2 spots available, and they likely will go fast, is my opinion on that. And then the other way to work with me privately that's a little bit more cost effective, but you're still getting it, is a hybrid of the group coaching program and some private coaching. And that's my VIP upgrade to the Postpartum Freedom Program. So normally the Postpartum Freedom Program is $2,000 full price. The upgrade is $5,000, and you're getting the group coaching plus the private coaching. You get 6 private sessions plus the group program. All right. So the private clients don't get the group program at all. And one of the beautiful things about being in the Postpartum Freedom Program, and then if you were to upgrade to the VIP, is you still get lifetime access to my online curriculum. And so it's really, really incredible value. You can go to lizzieLangston.com/program, join the program. If you want to upgrade to VIP, just DM me or email me. The link is not quite up yet. It will be in the next couple days, but you can do VIP coaching and upgrade. If you want one of those 3 spots though, if you email me or DM me and tell me you want one, I will save it for you so that you for sure get one of those 3. There's only 3 VIP upgrades. So, and I don't know if I said, but real quick, what that looks like. The VIP upgrade is you get 6 private sessions, which is 2 per month for the 3 months of the program. If you break that up, it's like a private session every other week. Yum, yum, yum. Yes, yes, yes. So I want to take care of you and nurture you in the way you want to be nurtured. I've got options for you, but you do need to act fast because I am keeping the private stuff limited and these bonuses are limited. There's just 5 of them and there's 11 spaces in the group left, which means 6 of you that join will not be getting the sleep bundle bonus. So you need to be one of the next 5 women that joins Postpartum Freedom to get the bonus. I'm so excited. All right. If you have any questions, you can always email me, Lizzie@LizzieLangston.com. And other than that, let's dive in. So today I want to share with you my most powerful kind of affirmation thoughts that turn my day around personally. And I think they're extremely powerful. And I wanted to just like lovingly hand them over to you and just let you feel them in your body. So I want this experience of you, as you listen today, to be a full body experience, not just like, oh, that's a nice thought. It sounds nice, but try it on as if it was a thought that you truly believed and see how your body responds to each one of these. Okay, here we go. The first one of my favorite thoughts is, oh, this is so good. I am worthy of all of the times it takes me to learn blank. So let's say you snap at your kids a lot, or maybe postpartum is bringing up this sort of like irritableness in you, and you're being really hard on yourself about it. And you're like, man, I wish I was more patient. Like, or maybe you're really critical of your home organization skills. Maybe you're always like, you look around at the mess and you're like, I'm so disorganized. Like, I gotta get my shit together. Whatever it is. One of the thoughts I love to go to is, I am worthy of all of the attempts, all of the chances, all of the times, all of the effort that it takes me to learn this skill, whatever it is. So yeah, whatever that thing is for you, please feel free to remember that you are worthy of every single time you need to learn it. And there is no timeline, right? Like you look over to one side and you look over to your friend and her house is so organized, but she struggles with other things. And you are both worthy to struggle and to be in the in-between, in the hot messness. The feminine is the messy darkness. It's where we're learning how to put ourselves together. And sometimes when we're when we're in the middle of a rebirth in one area of our life, it does get messy. But if we can zoom out and look at like the next 2 to 5 years instead of just today and last week and the week before that, if we can look at the future and see sort of ourselves and our recent past with that future perspective, there's something really big coming together here. And you're worthy of all of the time it's going to take for it to come together and all of the ups and downs along the way. You're worthy of all of it, okay? The next one is sometimes we worry about our kids. And so one of them I wanted to tell you is, this is something I tell myself when I'm feeling really bad that I just, didn't have the greatest parenting moment. And sometimes my really, really nervous system and trauma-informed lens can heighten my sensitivity to my kids and their ups and downs, or my wounded inner child will interject herself into my parenting and be like really upset that I did a certain thing or said a certain thing a certain way. And it's nothing grave even. It's just like this perfectionistic parenting thing that comes in sometimes from my own probably open wounds, I don't even know, or unhealed stuff, okay? And so one of my favorite thoughts is, my kids are resilient. It is okay if they take on stress or trauma in their nervous system while I am working out a way to be healthy, stable, or the mom I want to be. We can heal together. They can heal with me and I can heal with them. We can all heal together. So it's not disallowed or looked down upon if it's part of the package. Part of them being your child is they're going to have an imperfect parent, and it's not supposed to be any way other than that. And they need to see you live with your imperfections. What they don't need is like a mommy robot who's always just like, okay, honey, and she's never yelling at them, but then like explodes or feels resentful. They need to see you fail and to watch you be disappointed about it, and then to support yourself and nurture yourself through it. And that's something that we really work on in my program, is self-nurturing, both through the way we talk to ourselves, the way we see ourselves and our mistakes and all of the negative things, etc. So if that's a big pain point for you, if you know you're perfectionistic and hard on yourself, really, really, really consider getting into the program. It's amazing. You're going to love, it's going to open up so much space in your psyche and create a lot more emotional stability for you. Because that negative self-talk, dude, it is like, yep, it's eating away at us. Okay. Next one, number 3, even though my body feels chaotic. Okay. So this is for moments of like anxiety, or a panic attack, or like you're just, really worried about something and it's starting to really get you worked up in your body. Maybe your heart rate's going, maybe your chest is getting tight, maybe you're sweating or clenching your fist or your jaw. Even though my body feels chaotic, I am safe in actuality, and I can ease into the safety provided all around me. So I think this thought, and then I also do these things, okay? So I can ease into the safety that's all around me. Even though my body feels chaotic, I can look for and ease into the safety that's around me. So then I start looking around the room and I start looking at what's there that feels safe, like a soft pillow, or I don't know, like a pot of flowers that I bought for myself that's pretty, or a blanket, or some pens and pencils that are in just the place that I need right when I need them. So when your body's not feeling safe, what I like to do is I like to look around and look for things that are safe in the moment. Just kind of pick 5 things and start bringing yourself down, like regulating your body. So then once your body's more calm, I also like to extend it into contemplating on moments I've been provided for and given what I've need. I like to think of what is there for me, like money, friendship, good weather, good food, people I can text or Marco Polo, etc. So that is number 3. Number 4 is, there is no cap of grace on the universe. I get as many chances as I need. This is sort of like an inverse of number 1. I am worthy of all the times it takes me to blank, but I just like to say it this way. There's no cap on grace in the universe. Like there's literally no limit. We decide sometimes that, I should have learned it by now. I should have gotten it by now. I should be over this by now. I should have figured this out by now. I should have solved this problem by now. Says who? No. If you should have solved it by now, then you would have. Literally, if you should have figured it out and solved the problem, you already would have. We know that you're supposed to be struggling with what you're struggling with because you are. Reality is not lying to us. It just is. It just is. Don't need to, if you fight against reality, you're going to lose 100% of the time. So don't fight where you are. Don't resist it. Don't hate it. There's no cap of grace. You get as many times and as many chances as you need. But if you do want to decrease how long this is taking you to figure the things out, join my program. It'll definitely expedite the pathway out of your postpartum rut. Your rut. Okay. What are we on? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. I am not limited to the successes that I can imagine. There is a life unfolding from within me, and I cannot ruin it. I cannot mess it up. Let me say it again. I am not limited to the successes that I can imagine. So like my success potential goes way beyond what I can even imagine at this time. There is a life unfolding from within me, for me, that is literally perfect for me, and I cannot ruin it or mess it up. Don't you love that one? I'm just going to leave it at that. All right. The next one, number 6, the divine is inside of me. So I grew up thinking God was outside of me, and I don't necessarily disagree. Like if you believe that God has flesh and bones, or God exists on a cloud in heaven, or I don't know. However, these are very Christian viewpoints. I'm like trying to think of non-Christian ones, but I grew up Christian, so I don't have a lot for you. But just think about the way you conceptualize God, the divine, or however you like the universe. And I like to just believe that it's inside of me. And so that really works for me well because I never feel alone. No matter how I've behaved or what I've done, I'm always like, God's right here inside of me. Oh, and that heart-centered way of thinking just really does it for me. I was going to try to mute it while I yawned, but I didn't reach the button. Sometimes when I'm pregnant and my breath just is so big and heavy on my belly. Yeah, if you didn't know, I'm pregnant with number 4, by the way. Baby number 4, we don't know the gender yet, and I'm due mid-June. It's very exciting. Okay, number 7, I think, or something like that. I get to be a mother and a child. I just love this one because it fosters a lot of grace with my parenting, or when I am coming off like a snotty teenager. It's like, oh yeah, because our psyche holds many different ages and stages, especially depending on how much trauma we've had, we can kind of get locked into different personalities that we've been through growing up, or certain things can trigger those. And so I just love this phrase. I get to be a mother and a child. I get to be a mother and an adolescent. I get to be a mother and a single hot woman. I get to be a mother and a lover. I get to be a mother and all these things. I don't just have to like wrap my whole identity into being a mom. That's how women disappear. They're like emotionally disappearing when they do that. So don't do that. And my program will help you not do that. I'm going to keep mentioning the program because it literally solves all these problems. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna not say the truth, guys. It really all that and a bag of chips for postpartum women. It's so specific. Okay, the next one. I get to be responsible for their needs and also take care of my needs. I love this one. So this really helps with the mom guilt. How many of us struggle on the mom guilt bus? And that mom guilt, man, let me just tell you something about guilt. And I have a whole episode on this earlier in the podcast. But guilt, I was going to say it's a 4-letter word, and then I was counting the letters. I'm like, no, it's 5. But anyway, guilt is a signal that you have 2 things that you care deeply about. Number 1 is probably being there for your kids, making them a priority, doing what they need, keeping them happy, except that's not our job, but whatever, we still want to sometimes. And then number 2 is taking care of yourself. And most of us really are stronger in the number 1 category and kind of slip on the number 2 category. I don't feel like I'm that anymore, but I used to be. So hopefully maybe that's not the case for you. Maybe you're like, I actually need to take better care of my kids. I'm really taken care of. And I've been through seasons like that too, just when I was going through a lot of trauma and stuff. So wherever you're at, I just love the and. I love looking for the and. So the next time your brain is feeling guilty, what if you're like, I can do both, just not at this moment. So in this moment, I'm picking taking care of me, but I spend a ton of time taking care of them. And I get to do both equally. My needs and their needs. Equal. They're both exactly and equally as important. Now, societally, You get a lot more brownie points in the community for taking care of your kids, right? Oh, you're such a good mom. Oh, you're so selfless. But don't let that fool you, because your own needs are not going anywhere, and your body will bring it up to you if you have not been meeting them. A lot of the depressiveness and the anxiety that I see postpartum, friends, is because we have a deficit with ourselves, because we have been neglecting our own needs in favor of our kids' needs. Now, for a season, when you're just adjusting to motherhood, it's so understandable, but this is not sustainable. And the problem is when we try to live like that. And I see it with Christian women the most, because they live in these religious communities that really push like giving and serving. But they don't teach enough that you got to like meet your own needs too, or even first. And so there's a big imbalance there, and it carries over into our motherhood. So just be careful. Be curious. What has my outer community, how is that programming maybe working against me? How can I correct it? Because I'm a big girl, and I don't have to be mad at my church or mad at any organization in order to take care of myself and rebalance any programming that might be there. Okay? Because organizations aren't perfect either. Okay, next one. Being emotional is being strong. This one really resonated with me the other day. I was being really critical on myself with this particular category of my life that has just felt so like hard to manage. And I was emotional about the fact that I had just failed so many times in my viewpoint in that moment. And then I was being hard on myself for being emotional about it. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to help, whatever we tell ourselves when we have emotions, because logically thinking your way out of an emotion is really going to help, guys. No, that's why we calm our body first. In my 3-step process, we have calm your body first, then you go to the mind. Because if you try to logic yourself out of an emotion, you won't get very far. You'll get very stuck in your head. So being emotional is being strong. Being emotional is being very brave. Being emotional, I wrote all these down, but it all counts as one. Being emotional is being vulnerable with myself and sometimes others. And vulnerability leads to connection and resilience. It leads me to new power, to answers, and to a resolve that I couldn't have reached within me if I held it all in. You might need to go back 15 seconds and just repeat that one. But for now, I'm going to keep going. That was so good. I felt something when I said all that. All right, next one. My worth as a wife, woman, and or mother is not defined by how many things I get done. Oh my gosh. Can we just talk about the to-do list? Let's not talk about it, actually. It's not worth our time. My worth as a wife, a woman, and or a mother is not defined by how many things I get done, or how efficient I am at housework, making money, or my kids behaving well. How well my kids behave in public. My worth is beyond and bigger than and separate from and completely untethered from all of these things. Next one. How I am feeling cannot last forever because I have the will to feel better. So this is something to tell yourself in one of those moments where your brain is going down the pit of despair, you're feeling hopeless. And guys, hopelessness and despair are very real, very scary, very isolating feelings. They will pull you down into the darkness. If you are feeling those, get in my program. I can help you. You need help. Get some support. But how I am feeling cannot last forever because I have the will to feel better. One thing I hear women tell themselves a lot, I can't talk right now. They tell themselves is, am I ever going to feel normal again? I told myself that. I know because I did that. I was like, where's Lizzie? Like, where'd she go? Postpartum, I was like not recognizing how I was behaving and thinking and feeling like, it's like my whole inner world changed except for this one part of me that remembered how it used to be. And I was like, am I ever going to feel normal again? So this one's for you. How you're feeling cannot last forever because you have the will to feel better. And so you will find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. As cheesy as that sounds, it's totally true. And you can manifest the perfect teacher and program into your life. Ding, ding, ding. Might I be it? I don't know. I hope so. I will leave that up to you. But yeah, you can out-heal yourself, under-heal, over-heal. You can heal yourself. All right. And the last one for today, I've loved sharing these with you. I love letting you into my world and showing you how my brain works and what works for me. These might not all resonate with you. Again, just try them on. They're like a pair of jeans. Just try them on. I am both human and divine. I am both whole and complete and learning and trying. I am both tidy and messy. I am both completely worthy and in a state of becoming. Perfection or completeness, oh gosh, can't talk. Perfection or completeness is not more worthy than I am in this instant of becoming. So me in a state of perfection or completeness would not be any more worthy than me right now in the state of becoming. They're equally as worthy. Again, if you have some Christian roots, or if you are in a religious or any sort of spiritual vibes that teach you that the goal is to become perfect or complete, you just want to be careful that you're not valuing a perfect version of yourself over the imperfect version of yourself, because they're both equally worthy. And specifically, you guys, when it comes to postpartum, there is so much pain that we put on ourselves that's completely avoidable with my teachings, that you don't have to keep beating yourself up. You don't have to stay unhappy. You don't have to settle for a motherhood that's feeling like, going to the same old groups of friends, talking about the same old things. If you are craving an upgrade in your life, this is the energetic profile for you, this program. It will do that. It is a living, breathing machine of its own. It literally transforms moms. And I have all the testimonials to prove it. I am not fluffing this up in the slightest. And every cohort just keeps getting better. So go to LizzieLangston.com/program. Join us. The sooner you join, the more bonuses you get, the more money you save. The price goes up on the 15th of February. Enrollment closes March 1st. The bonuses for the sleep training bundle only go to the next 5 women. Okay. And then, you get lifetime access. You get into where you're going to have community. Once you join, I'll put you in a cohort with other women that are in there as they start trickling in. There's only 12 spots available. And you also get, this is one of my favorite things, but you get access to a community of graduates. So there's 2 other cohorts that have graduated from this program. And when you finish, you will get added into that graduate group where you will have sisterhood and continued support to continue learning. And you guys will all have access to the curriculum together. It's going to feel like a clubhouse, basically. Maybe like a treehouse. I feel like a treehouse is a little cooler than a clubhouse. So we'll call it a treehouse. All right. Get in the program. Do not wait. These spots are going fast. My energy is picking up. And when my energy picks up, people like zonk, they like jump into my world. I forgot to mention, you can book a consult with me for either the private coaching, which will be in the show notes, but also you can book a consult for the program. It's a shorter consult. So it's like a 20-minute or so, 30 minutes, maybe max. But you can book yourself a consult if you're like really, really, really considering it and you just need to talk it out for a second. I've got you. So just go to LizzieLangston.com/program, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and there's a consult booking link down there, and you can book yourself a consult for the program. Okay. I am meeting you way more than halfway. It is your job to take the step today and take action. And I want you to know that the healing you desire is possible. The upgrade you desire is possible, and you're worthy of all of it. Leave me a review on this podcast as a gift to me if you haven't before. I really would appreciate it. I need some new reviews, guys. It's been like a few months since I've had a review, and the algorithms that put podcasts in front of people that help other postpartum women find this in their struggle are only going to work when you leave me a written starred review on Apple Podcasts. So do that for me. I would so appreciate it. Love you guys. We'll talk to you next week. Hey, Lizzie here. I've helped dozens of postpartum moms just like you to manage their postpartum anxiety and deconstruct their postpartum depression. It's really easy for me. So if you're ready to feel better, I know the way. The links are all in the show notes. Go to LizzieLangston.com/program. If you want to book a consult with me for either my program or private coaching, just hit the show notes and I will see you next week.